evening, everyone. So tonight, I am going to be showing you how to make a vanilla pound cake. Now, if you are a vegan, if you are anything that a person who can't have flour, butter, sugar, any of those things, just click out now because this is loaded with stuff like that. Okay, so we're not so health conscious around here. Let me put you guys a little closer. You guys seem to be fuzzing in and out. So tonight we're making a pound cake, and I'm going to be talking about 10 ways that you can bring magic into your home or into your life, okay? And so, first of all, I'm going to give you guys the recipe. I know you want the recipe. Okay. We've got 2 sticks of butter at room temperature. Now, you want to make sure all of your cold ingredients have sat on the counter overnight, at the very least, because things are just better when, everything mixes smoother when it's the right consistency. So 2 sticks of room temperature butter, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, sifted. You don't have to sift it. That's just a personal preference for me. 1 cup of sugar, 4 large eggs at room temperature, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, now what you want to do is your wet ingredients. You want to do your butter and your sugar. You want to blend it until fluffed. So I'm going to do that really quick, and I will be right back. Okay, so after you blend that up, it should look like this. It should be nice and fluffy. It should have like a little fluffy consistency. And then what you're going to want to do is put your eggs in one at a time. And make sure when you are doing this, you scrape your sides of your bowl. Because sugar can, it can all clump up on the sides, and then when you go to pour it, you get like clumps of like raw sugar or butter, and you don't want that. You want everything to be the same smooth consistency and, mixture of ingredients. You want it all to mix evenly and not have clumps of things in different spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the egg. So I've got the eggs over here. They have been sitting out overnight. You can leave your eggs to sit out overnight. They're not going to rot. Y'all can, it's okay. Of course, don't crack them yet. So we're going to crack them one at a time. And what I would suggest is to crack them in a little bowl first. So I've got this little bowl here. Just crack them in a little bowl first, just to make sure they're not rotten, or they're just because the worst thing you could do is go to mix up your ingredients and you find that there's either the egg is bad or something, you got shell in there, and it's harder to get a shell out of like this white looking butter and sugar mixture than it would be to get out of just a bowl of egg. So I'm going to mix this real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, those are mixed up. Now what we're going to do is, let's bring you guys back over here. Come on over here. Okay, so now okay, now I'm going to give you like the first little tip on how to bring some magic into your home. Okay, so the first thing would be to make your own decor with items you find. Mix from items you find in nature, like sticks, rocks, branches, things like that, along with things that you already own. Like old jewelry is a great one. Like if you have any like earrings that you don't use, or watches or necklaces, you can turn those into if you just get some jump rings. Jump rings are these little right here. These are jump rings right here, like the little end things right there, the ones that hold like the little tiny silver hoop. See it? That's a jump ring. And you can buy them at Michael's in a pack of like 100 for $1 or a couple dollars. So you can, use some wire cutters and cut the old jewelry that you have and use jump rings to attach them to different things that you find. You can make dream catchers, anything like that. Sun catchers, or you can put old stuff of yours in a shadow box and use it as like a mementos or a momentum type thing. Bring in the elements with wind chimes or incense for air, candles for fire, obviously, plants for earth, and water. Maybe get you like a small fountain. They have them, at the dollar store. They have fountains for like $10, $10. They're pretty cheap at the dollar store or like at Walmart. Make your own incense with herbs like rosemary, lavender, chamomile. You can grow these herbs very easily yourself. They're not hard to grow. Lemon balm is very easy to grow. And use but if you can't grow them, you can go to like a metaphysical shop, or I'm sure you can easily just buy them online. But you can make your own incense with them. You can make your own smudge sticks instead of buying expensive smudge sticks. You can buy like a pack of seeds for $5. I literally just purchased a pack of 20 seeds for $5 on Amazon of white sage that they use in like the like the regular sage that people use to like smudge their house. I just bought a pack of seeds. It cost me $5, free shipping on Amazon Prime. And so that's what, like 20 plants that I'm going to be able to grow if they all work. Hopefully they will. And then I can make my own smudge sticks. And because smudge sticks nowadays, they're pretty expensive. They can be anywhere like $8 to $10 for one, like a big one. That's expensive. Okay? I get that people, have to make their livelihood, but damn, that's expensive. But yeah. Another thing you can do is keep your house, kind of tidy. You don't have to keep it spotless. Like, obviously, no one's going to have, like, every single dish done constantly all the time and everything put away all the time. That's not life. But, like, keep things kind of tidy. Like, in the morning when you get up, first thing you do, make your bed. I promise you, it is a ritual that will help you. It will help you feel not so lazy and disgusting and worthless, because like when you're going through a depression and you don't want to you just literally don't have the ability to do anything, making your bed is great. Because going into your room during the day and seeing that your bed is made, it makes you feel, I don't know, it just makes you feel a little more accomplished than going there and seeing a mess. Because going in there and seeing a mess will remind you of the mess that you feel like on the inside. And then it just becomes like this proverbial like cycle, So make your bed in the morning. Create a morning ritual with yourself where you state positive things about yourself. Or if you can't find any positive things about yourself, hell, just get you a book and write down what you're grateful for. It could be even just the most simplest of things. Write down you're grateful that you have a house, that you have clothes, that you are not hungry and starving, that you have people that love you. Just write down simple things if you can't find anything. And that helps. Over time, this positive thought process will change you. I promise, because it may not feel like things are being changed while you're doing it. It may feel stupid and corny and cheesy and all those things. But I promise you, if you just go about your day and you state things that you're grateful for, and you just keep yourself in a positive headspace, it will help you. You'll create it. It's almost like you're walking through the woods, okay, and you want to go off trail because there's something over there that interests you, but you've never been down that way before, so you just deny yourself. But one day you go down that trail, okay, and you just keep walking. You just keep walking down that trail every single day. You walk, walk, walk. And eventually you're going to create a path in the forest, a distinct path. You're going to create that. That is the same thing with thoughts. If you continue to think the same thoughts, it creates a quicker pathway to that thought, to that negativity. So you can do the same thing with positivity. You can trick your mind. Like, it's crazy what our minds can do and what they can make us believe about ourselves and about our lives. It's it's insane. But there's ways around it. There's hacks. You can trick yourself. That whole statement of fake it until you make it is not really, you're not faking it, because you're teaching yourself. You have to teach yourself to do these things. Sometimes they just don't come naturally to people. I'm naturally not a people person. I'm naturally not a social person. I don't like to go to parties. I don't like to, hang out in crowds or none of that stuff. It is just not my thing. Okay, so we got the vanilla. Let's finish this cake real quick. So after you get all your eggs and your sugar and your butter mixed together, you put in your 2 teaspoons, because remember, this is a French vanilla cake. And I'm going to tell you something with vanillas, okay? Don't skimp and get the imitation vanilla. Don't do it. Because it's not the same. I got, this was one of the most expensive ones at my grocery store. And I don't mind spending a little bit more on extracts, because they really help to flavor your meal or your baking dish. I got the Watkins Original Gourmet Baking Vanilla with pure vanilla extract. If you see imitation vanilla, don't get it, because it sucks. And it's not going to give you the same flavor as an actual vanilla, pure vanilla extract. This one was $10, but this is what, 8 ounces? I mean, that's a lot of vanilla, So I'm going to mix this up real quick, and I will be right back. All right, now, so after all of it's mixed together, it should look like this. It should be white and fluffy and look delicious, okay? Now, and right here I've got my dry mixture. I've got my salt and my flour ready to go. I'm going to get my my pan, loaf pan here. I should have done this at the start, but I did not, so we'll do it now. I'm going to grease my pan. Now I'm going just to take some Crisco, get a napkin, get you a little chunk on the napkin, and grease away, my friends. Grease away. I know there's a lot of people out there who have special diets and this and that, and don't blah blah blah. But here on this channel, in the Kitchen Witch's house, we have no restrictions, and we enjoy life, and we enjoy the baked goods. Not overly, not excessively, but a healthy amount. We don't restrict ourselves, because we have self-love, and if we want to eat the cake, we're going to eat the cake. Now, I also might do some muffins. Maybe not. I don't know. I've never made pound cake muffins, so we'll save the muffins for the spice cake. Okay, now for pound cake, Usually what you would do with the pan afterwards is you would put flour in it, knock it around, and then knock the excess out. But with cakes, what I like to do is get powdered sugar and do that instead, because it gives another level of sweetness. And who doesn't love another layer of sweetness? I mean, come on, seriously. Another thing to add magic to your home. Let's see what my list says. Oh, okay, this is a good one. Ley lines. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of ley lines, but they are the energetic lines that strap around the earth. They are the natural energy lines that are, it's like the natural energy grid that covers the earth, okay? What Tesla and all them, they tapped into. Well, if it is said that if you lay with your head facing north, you get more of the earth energy. It helps to replenish you more during the night when you sleep if your head is facing north. Also, with the feng shui aspect, it's also a good idea to not sleep right in view of your bedroom door. I don't really know the reasoning behind that, but yeah. But I do sleep with my head facing north, and I have my altar and stuff sitting in the southeast. Usually your altar it functions best when facing due north, but my room is set up in such a way to where I cannot fulfill that. Thinking about moving my altar to my studio, my art studio, so I can have it in the spot that I should have it in. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do next is mix in my flour. Now, what's important with this step is the mixing. You do not want to overmix your mixture, because then you will get you'll get like a thick, rough textured cake. You won't get a soft, porous pound cake like texture. You will get something that's not great. It'll come out tougher and harder than it normally would. So you want to just mix until all the flour is gone. Not until all of it's gone, but like until you can mix the rest of it in. Like if there's a little bit on top, great. I'll show you. I'm going to mix this in real quick, and then I'll show you at what point it should look like to stop at, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it should look like at the point of stopping. Okay, you see how I've got flour still on the edges of the bowl? I can mix that in with my spoon very easily, but if I continued to mix it with my mixer, it would overmix, and thusly you would have a hard cake. So you don't want that. All right. So I think I read you guys everything. Now every morning write down things you're grateful for, feed the birds, and keep water out for them, because, you know, having wildlife around you, it makes you appreciate life a little more. Burn bay leaf for prosperity. Create an outdoor space to go be one with your surroundings, because you are just as much a part of your surroundings as you are a part of who you are. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. You want to put your cake in the oven after you've mixed it for 1 hour. Check it. You want a toothpick to come out very clean, or a knife or whatever you put in to check the cake. You want it to come out clean, and and if it starts to brown too quickly, take a piece of tin foil and make a little tent over the top, and it should, you know, cease the browning a little bit. So I'm going to get the rest of this mixed up and put it in the oven, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope some of you guys make this cake. I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.